Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. So excited to see everybody here this evening. I'm Michael Sandler, the best-selling author of the #1 Angels and Spirit Guide book on Amazon, the automatic writing experience, also the host of the Inspire Nation show, where we've interviewed, we've had over 2,000 shows, so many amazing guests. And what I like talking about most is connecting with the angels and how we can do that on an even deeper level. And tonight we're going to be talking about how to get in flow, how to get in resonance, a whole new level of how you can get in sync with the angels and with a special secret, we'll call it carrier wave. So I'm so excited to share all of this with you this evening. Jessica, my wife, my everything, is behind the scenes, but she is bringing me an angelic twin flame candle tonight because I am outside where I could be eat. Oh, that looks so cool. We could just keep this here where I could be kind of eaten by the mosquitoes. I'm actually fearless when it comes to mosquitoes, and I don't harm a single one if at all possible. But what I could do is say a prayer with this. So I'll share with you the prayer that I do at the start of just about everything, and certainly the prayer that I do at the start before I do this show. And awesome Jennifer, who just received her awe book. I say, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, higher self, higher team, all angels, guides, and light workers, here for our highest good and the highest good of all. Help me to help everyone here tonight. Help me to help everybody who's watching. Help me to help raise people's vibration, heal people's hearts, and guide their souls. May that be your wish. May that be my wish for my highest good and the highest good of all, or something better. Amen. Woohoo! You know, I've never done that while holding a candle, let alone a twin flame candle in my hands. How does it get any better than this? So many directions I want to go tonight. Brief little bit on the Olympics, brief little bit on crashing a golf cart, brief little bit on our RV, and I think on top of that, there is at least one more story on resonance that I want to cover. With that said, so we're in an RV, and when I go, what that means is I'm just feeling a sweetness of the angels, and there is a sweetness of the angels that is certainly with us here tonight, and is certainly, I would say, needed now more than ever. It is so easy to be overwhelmed, to be, oh my gosh, it is pulled down in the muck, in the mire, in the news, in the COVID, in the vaccines, in the fires, in the politics, in the this, in the that. Really, what we want to do, though, is get into the resonant frequency, get into the vibration, or what I call the carrier wave of the angels. And forgive me, I'm going to sneeze now. Talk about a carrier wave. We're having the candles and the wax wafting into my nose. Well, that's interesting. There is a frequency or vibration that when you get into it, you can't help but everything going right. Doors popping open, meet the right people, the right synchronicities, right experiences, everything of the sort. There is also a time where no matter how much you pray to the angels, crap goes down. And you're like, my God, what is going on here? Yeah, just like the rooster just put it, roo-roo. I'm doing everything. And if you hear him crowing on cue, understand this bird, and yes, I do have a pet rooster traveling around with me, is incredibly energetically sensitive and visually sensitive. So if I have the visual of something bad happening, he starts crowing. And people keep asking, and so chances are I will have him on the show just before the end. So stay tuned for that. But there is a carrier wave of the universe, a frequency that certainly collapses waves into particles. but they're the particles we're looking for. Every thought you have collapses a wave into a particle. I'm rich. Wave into particle. Money starts flowing to you, even if it doesn't immediately. I am poor. Poor particles start flowing to you as well. I am lucky, as we discussed last week. Luck starts flowing to you. I'm incredibly unlucky. That collapses that wave into a particle as well. So, question is, what do the angels have to do with this? And what does frequency have to do with this? Well, angels are everything. Angels are inside of you, outside of you. They are literal beings, but they are also a part of us. And they help bring us whatever we desire for our highest good and the highest good of all. As I said in that prayer earlier, the trick is that we get out of frequency or resonance with our angels. What does that mean to be out of frequency or out of resonance? Well, I can think of how we started this RV journey. We had an RV dropped on our truck when we first picked up the RV. That's a whole interesting story. But we also had, I'm going to go back almost 40 years. Wow. I am driving. I'm an assistant caddy master. And I get to drive golf carts for a summer living. How does it get any better than this? 12 years old, get to drive golf carts. It is so, so cool. And I can remember going down this dirt path one evening, everybody's left, and I pull the golf cart. I'm on a gravel path. I pull the golf cart to the left. It slides to the left. I pull it to the right. It slides to the right. It goes to the left. It goes to the right. It goes to the left. It goes to the right. And it gets into an S, a sine curve frequency, until all of a sudden it's completely out of my control, sliding left, sliding right. And just as Rue can visualize, sliding straight into a tree. Totaled the front of the golf cart. Lucky that I was all right. What happened? Well, what happened is there was a frequency that I got locked into. And that frequency going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth inherently was taking me into the tree. Here's where it gets interesting. Every thought, every prayer, every idea that you have has a similar frequency to it. It can take you into a tree. It can take you into a treasure. It can take you into a happy rooster. It can take you into a crying rooster. And it certainly can take you into guidance, manifestation, treasures from the angels when you get in the frequency that they are on. That's the hidden secret tonight, is that there is a frequency in the angels. Now, certainly, part of it is tone or tonality and can become from the music, the words, the embodiment of frequency in everything that comes out of you. But more important than that, there is a timing to it. Or as Steve Martin used to joke, a timing. And he would go, ho, 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 ho. A timing. No, there's a timing to it. When stuff goes wrong, started this RV trip, stuff felt very out of sorts. When stuff goes wrong, it is because we are trying to force our sine wave curve onto the angels and onto the universe. We're trying to force. We have a wave. We have a frequency to us. The angels, they have a wave. They have a frequency to us. You know, this is actually written into our DNA. If you take a close look at a strand of DNA, what do you see? You see two sine wave curves interlaced with each other, doing a cosmic Kundalini dance. What's a Kundalini dance? If you are ever gifted, Jessica and I were on the trails right by here about 5 years ago, two endangered, what were they? I think a timber rattlesnake, I think is the term. Endangered timber rattlesnakes came out and did a Kundalini embrace in front of us, which is a mating dance. They felt comfortable enough to do it in front of us, where they completely intertwined and became one, standing tall before us. That's what DNA does. It is a double helix. Okay, yes, we can expand that and make that, I think it's a octahedra. How would you even say that? 8 strands instead of 2 with energy, which is really, really cool. We have an interview where Dr. Carolyn, not doctor, but Carolyn Dean, producer of multiple documentaries, documentary filmmaker, discusses that. And she shares in one of her documentary films how this 2-strand can become 8-strand. But with that said, just a basic 2-stranded double helix DNA is this cosmic strand of 2 waves. So let's go back to the angels. You, in your thoughts, in your prayers, in your dance, in your words, are one beautiful strand, or one beautiful strand. This is why it's in every one of our cells. The angels are reminding us. The other strand is the cosmos, is the universe, is the angels themselves. And it is when we get in sync with their strand and our strand, we become one strand. And we become unstoppable. Okay, yes, there are these bridges that go across that make us one. How does it get any better than this? But what happens is when we hop onto, wow, I've got the image of a whale with a shark swimming with it. I've got another image. Images are coming to me all the time of a stingray with a shark swimming below it. I've got an image of a pilot fish with a whale. I've got an image of a bird sitting on top of an eagle in flight. When we get in sync with the larger wave of the universe, it becomes a carrier wave. Like all of these larger animals are carrying the smaller animal. It becomes a carrier wave carrying us along. What does that mean? It means that you can put a hope, a dream, a desire out there to the universe, and you can put it on the back of angels, and they will carry it to your destination. They'll carry it there. And if you want to understand much more detail about this, I'm teaching a class on this week. It's called the Manifestation Mastery Class. It's Wednesday. I've got the link in the chat room coming up below. I've got the link directly below this. We teach a class every Wednesday night. This month has been teaching Manifest Your Destiny. Wayne Dyer, some of his most amazing techniques for manifestation. And I channel with Wayne Dyer, and then I teach about this. And last week we were talking about carrier waves. We'll be talking about carrier waves more this coming week. Then next week we're going into the Kabbalion. How does it get any better than this? What does that mean? We're going to be teaching about manifestation techniques similar to this here. Hidden, secret techniques from the ancient Egyptians, from the ancient Greeks, from the Kabbalion, a book that discusses all of these ancient techniques and brings this wisdom back to us from Hermeticism. Hermeticism is as above, so below. How we can create on the other side of the veil and bring it back here. So I'm going to be diving into these techniques much more this Wednesday, and for the next 4 Wednesdays, you can try out the Manifestation Mastery Circle Mastery Class for $1 for 2 weeks, 2 classes for $1. Decide whether to continue or not. Up to you. Magnificent classes that change your life. So what we're talking about here tonight, and what we'll be continuing to talk about on Wednesday, is how you can get in sync with this carrier wave. And we do so first and foremost by getting into flow. We've all watched Star Wars. We've all heard of use the Force, Luke. What Obi-Wan was saying is don't fight the energy that is. Instead, find a way to flow with it. You can remember the scene in Star Wars 1. He's blindfolded by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's trying to use his lightsaber and hit this little drone that's flying in front of him. And when he tries, he gets out of sync with the universe, and he can't hit it at all. But instead, when he goes quiet and feels into it, he's able to hit it almost every single time. If you ever get the chance, we lived on Emerald Isle, North Carolina, southernmost island on the Outer Banks. If you ever get the chance, go to a beach, go to a field, go to a place where there are large flocks of birds flying at once. You want some Jedi Knight training of how to communicate with the angels? This is how you do it. Go there. Heck, actually, when we were living in Florham Park, New Jersey, there were these giant flocks of birds all around. Go to some place where there are a large number of birds flying around as one. And what I want you to do is close your eyes and feel which way they go. And you can peek. And close your eyes and feel which way they go. And then you can peek. And what you find is very quickly, you sync up by feeling into it. The birds are going right. They're going back. They're diving. They're coming up. You can get in sync with the energy of all of those birds. Well, it doesn't just exist for birds, but it is a great way to start building your awareness that we don't just have 5 or 6, 7 or 8 or even 10 senses, but an infinite number of senses once we gain awareness of them. Heck, I'm sure we can bend gravity once we gain awareness of it. That's why one generation builds on the next, builds on the next, builds on the next. And where it's such a special, sacred time. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Because we are coupling on the information of our ancestors. They're coupling on the information of their ancestors and on what they believe and feel. It's not just knowledge from up here. It's knowledge from in here. So I want you to practice with the birds. I never planned on saying that tonight. I love it. I want you to practice with the birds, and then I want you to practice with the angels. Put a command, a demand, a prayer out there to the angels. Maybe start with something small, and then feel the energy behind it. Feel the energy. Last year, last fall, last winter, some point, I felt we would have the most amazing RV this year and we'd be able to get out on the road and it'd be incredible, which in some ways it has been. But I had no idea how we'd end up in our RV. None at all. Now, I could have fought it with everything I had. We're going to do this to get an RV. We're going to do that and get an RV. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to push. We're going to drive. We're going to strive. And I would have, my wave function would basically clash heads with the angels. That wouldn't work. They love me up, but there's nothing they can do. It's if two waves hit each other, they cancel each other out. If the angel is trying to bring you goodness on her or his timeline, and you're demanding goodness on your timeline, if those timelines aren't in sync, that double helix, they will come to a head and cancel each other out. So it's okay to make a demand of the universe. I had on Dr. Carolyn Dean last week. How does it get any better than this? Talking about the thyroid, talking about energy, talking about the adrenals, talking about how she commanded the angels for assistance so that she could help others. She put the command out there. And then she let go. That's what you get to do. No, I'm not talking about saying a prayer to the angels and then never doing anything about it. That's not what I mean. What I mean is you put a prayer out to the angels. Angels, help me in our relationship. Help our relationship to go even stronger. Help our relationship to heal. Help our relationship to get even better. Help our relationship to be the strongest, healthiest, happiest relationship ever, and to help us bring in our baby girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You put that request out there to the universe. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Yes, I'm doing this deliberately. When you pray to the angels, bring all the energy you can muster. Bring it all, whatever you've got. And then feel into it. Oh, it's coming. It might not be here right now, but I can feel that wave of comingness. I can feel another wave of goodness. I can feel another wave of goodness. There are so many teachers out there that say, just believe. What does that even mean, just believe? Don't just believe, just feel. Feeling is the biggest belief, the greatest belief in the universe. If you can't get to feel, go to gratitude. Gratitude puts you in the feeling state. But you can feel the goodness coming to you. But you know it and I know it. It's not coming to you in your time. Sometimes it will come faster. That can shock the heck out of us. Sometimes a lot slower. Allow for it. Can I lift this? Oh, the candles are too hot. There we go. All right. We've got 2 candles burning brightly here. How does it get any better than this? Let's say that they're not doing a good enough job with the mosquitoes, or they're not doing a good enough job warming me up. And so I start, I don't know, swirling the candle around or start moving it up and down into the sides to try to force it to go faster. What's going to happen? Either A, I get hot wax all over me, or B, the oil ignites and I might even get it in the face. Same thing goes with your manifestation prayers. There's a natural dance, a natural flow to the flame, a natural dance to the request you put out there to the universe. Feel into the dance. Be with the dance. Believe in the dance. That everything is a wave collapsing into a particle. What in the world does that mean with that quantum nonsense? It means simply thoughts always become things. Thoughts become things, plain and simple. And prayers to the angels always go answered. Every single time. It's where the expression, be careful what you wish for, comes from. Because whatever you put out to the angels is coming back to you, amplified. It just may not be in the form you desire. So you could be praying for more money at your current job. Or just you say more money. I'd like more money. You're at a good job. You're at a job. I'd like more money. Thank you, angels, for more money. Thank you, angels, for money. Thank you for more money. And all of a sudden, and you lose your job. You go, well, this stuff doesn't work. I wanted more money. I lost my job. To give room for new possibilities. Never underestimate the power of your prayer. Never underestimate the powers of your angels to deliver your prayers. It's just rarely in the form you desire. Here's where the game gets played. If you pray for more money, you pray to the angels, and boom, you lose your job. Don't go, this crap doesn't work. You blankety spirit is not real and gagger, gagger, rah, 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 rah. Why? Because you have to give things time to get into sync, to get into vibrational alignment. Days, they're hard to come by these days. You could go into a clock shop, and what would you see? You wouldn't see 100 clocks going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick 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 tock, discordant. You would see all of the clocks in sync with each other. Now, did the clock shop owner do that? Time each cuckoo clock, time each grandfather clock? Why are there grandfather clocks, not grandmother clocks? Are there grandmother clocks? I want to know. But the clock shop owner didn't time them. They all came into sync and found a natural frequency. When you put the prayer out there, give it time to get in sync with the angels, to get on the angels' back. And picture riding on this amazing serpent. That's how I picture the angels, except instead of a serpent, it's an angel wings with this silk train following behind. And your prayer comes and lands on this silk train, is carried along and carried around, and then comes right back into you. You have to give it time to get in sync. When we started on this RV, everything was cattywampus, and still about half of the stuff is cattywampus, and some of it is scary cattywampus. You have a choice. You can fight the cattywampus and try to get into a fake sync. Never works, only hurts. Or you can allow the flow to carry you along, which is really what you get to do. How do we begin? Put the prayer out there. Slow down and breathe. When you slow down and breathe, you will feel it coming to you. You will feel it coming for you. The trick is we get so busy, we get so desperate, we put out these prayers. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. God, universe, source, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. We completely cut off the flow. God, source, universe, thank you for this incredible relationship. God, source, universe, thank you for this money coming toward me. God, source, universe, thank you for my incredible health. Drop in, feel into it. I call it stop, drop, and listen. Stop, drop, bring that breath down to the belly. Listen. In other words, feel into your prayer request. You will find truth in it. You will find vibrational alignment. Very different than the ego. The ego is going to hit you with a sense of fear. It's not happening. It's not possible. You need to do something. You need to take action. You need to know. You need to surf the wave of the angels. And that never comes in a hurry. The angels will only come as you relax into it. A couple last things. And I want to open up to questions here tonight. I am getting bitten quite a bit by mosquitoes here tonight. It's quite possible that I won't have a single mosquito bite tomorrow. Not one. How's it possible you're going to get bit by hundreds of mosquitoes? You are getting bit. I'm a walking, talking feeding station right now, and yet I won't have a single mosquito bite here tomorrow. I learned this lesson. Gosh. Wow. 1993. I'd been racing bicycles, trying to make it to the Tour de France. Got hit by an oncoming car through a blind turn in France. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? It really was for my highest good. I didn't feel it at the time. I had to put blood thinning medication into my belly, an injection into belly fat, I guess, or belly, I don't know, every 4 or 6 hours to keep myself from having a fatal blood clot, or at least that was the main concern. And I can remember being on the airplane as I was being repatriated weeks later. This is the term, I never heard it before, repatriated from France to the US. And I'd have to go into the restroom, hobble in there on one leg, and take this needle. And you can close your eyes if it's too graphic. I don't think it's going to be too graphic. And I would just have to jab myself in the stomach. Here's what I found. When I tightened up to jab myself in the stomach, it hurt like heck and left one heck of a bruise. When I simply relaxed into it and allowed the needle in, I felt almost nothing at all. Same thing goes for the mosquitoes. It's like I've come up with a cosmic understanding. You take what you need. I'm going to totally relax into it. And because there isn't that tensing up, the body isn't fighting with a histamine response. The same goes for spirit. The same goes for the angels. When you tighten up for your prayer, you get bruised. It hurts. It freaks you out. That is the mind trying to take control. If instead you love into that prayer, you love into yourself, you love up, whether it takes a minute, a day, a lifetime, it's perfect. This doesn't mean you're always going to be having puppies and roses. I had a day a few days ago, I was pretty down in the dumps. We'd have some smoky days. It was a challenging day with the RV. And I just loved myself up. How does it get any better than this? During those times, don't fight the carrier wave. Understand that even that negative emotion has goodness coming because it's a wave. When it's down here, it's always coming back. When it's up here, okay, it's cresting, coming down. So we don't judge it. Mitch Horowitz had him on the show on Thursday. Actually, his interview comes out tomorrow. Oh my God, you got to check out the Mitch Horowitz show. Tuesday, excuse me. Oh my God. We talk about occult history in America. We talk about the Illuminati. We talk about the secrets of secret societies. Ooh, all sorts of goodness. And one of the things we talked about is how when there is this negative time, it's not working, angels. Nothing's working out. I feel so bad to realize, hey, that sine curve is just about kicking back up. Don't jump ship just yet. And that's where I'll end it before questions tonight is don't jump ship when you're at the bottom of the curve. Because the angels have your back. Feel into it. Find that flow. Ride on that Puff the Magic Dragon. Ride on that train from the angel. And it is coming back around. So with that said, last note, come join us for this manifestation mastery class this Wednesday, next Wednesday. It's $1 to try it for 2 weeks. This week, we're going to be doing Manifest Your Destiny with Wayne Dyer. We're going to be talking more about carrier waves, more about diving in with the angels, more about getting in sync with the universe. And then next week, we're going into the secrets of the ancient Egyptians, the secrets of the ancient Greeks. We're going to be looking at the Kabbalion. We're going to be channeling from the author of the Kabbalion all of these amazing occult means secret, occult secrets of the ancients and how you can apply these today. How does it get any better than this? And we've got the link in the chat room below. We've got the link directly below with this video. Click on that link. It'll take you over to the sign up. $1 for the next 2 weeks of classes. Continue if you want. Love to have you. Super exciting, super high energy, lots of learning, group meditations. Of course, stick around. We're going to do a group meditation at the end here as well after a Q&A session. And then, of course, at the very, very end, if he's still awake, and he's at tree pose standing next to Jessica right now, we will have a visit by Ruru, who is certainly in sync right now. How does it get any better than this? So cool. Turning the light because I'm noticing it's burning my face. I guess it's too bright. Either that or I'm so bright I need to wear shades. All right. Love you guys. On that crazy, corny note, let's open it up to questions. Again, Manifestation Mastery class. You've got the link right below in the chat. You've got the link right below this video. Why not come join us and learn some really cool techniques here? All right, let's open things up. Holy smokes, a lot of beautiful questions. From Jennifer. Hi. I've been learning about music frequency. I was listening to a song, 528 hertz. I fell asleep for a couple minutes sitting up. Had a dream of my deceased grandfather. That normal was pretty cool. Different frequencies unlock different realms. So this is absolutely true. The biggest thing with frequency, Jennifer, is I don't want you to get hooked up on this frequency is bad versus this frequency is good. It's all frequency, which means it's all a wave that helps you collapse into particles. But there are waves like 528, like 430 seconds that are more powerful at helping carry your dreams, just as there are different frequencies, brainwave patterns like theta, one of my favorite, that help you get in the hypnagogic state, the half here, half not here state, where it's easier to connect and it's easier to create. In the automatic writing experience in the online program, we have all sorts of theta brain entrainment music to help get you into that sacred state. So brilliant question, Jennifer. And what I would do is, since you were able to hook up or sync with your grandfather's energy once, I want you to go back in meditation, Jennifer. Get into that frequency and see if you can connect with him again. I know you can, because frequency is the key that unlocks everything. There's a frequency that's a key to unlock all of our relatives on the other side, all of our ancestors on the other side, doorways to an infinitude of possibilities on the other side, which is why if somebody has an awakening experience, if somebody has a near-death experience, if somebody has an experience as a child where they've been visited or had magical friends, if we can go back to that experience is the key that unlocks the door to the entire universe. So Jennifer, I want you to play in that frequency. Nadia, the other day I was meditating for 40 minutes in the car, was waiting for my husband. After meditating, then I had 333 and a gust of wind. Got into the car, the seat was full of dust. Was this my angel, and what is it telling me? Absolutely is your angel. What is it telling you? Creativity. It's telling you to play with creativity. There is something to do, Nadia. There is something creative that you get to do or play with or be with or explore. That is 333 at its finest. 333 is a number of creation. It's a co-creation between you, the divine, and what it is you desire to create. So, Nadia, what I want you to do is feel into your heart. Feel into that pull, sort of like the magic dust, and then I want you to create with it. With that said, for everyone here, when you get magic numbers, when you get numbers of the angels, 111, 222, 333, 444, whatever they may be, and we're going to have an angel courses this fall, might be a little sooner. My guess is this fall, and we're going to have, as part of that, going over all of these angel numbers. And I get to do a significant amount of channeling with the angels because I want to dive into them even deeper. But when you get them, I don't want you to just go, all right, angels, what are you trying to tell me? I want you to put a request out to the angels as well. I know there's a question coming up. I haven't caught the whole question about universe not giving us exactly what we want. But when the numbers come up, put your request out there, because the angels are saying, we're listening. What would you like from us? Realize, though, and that's why I always put at the end of my prayer, for my highest good and the highest good of all, or something better. Or something better. We are living in an or something better universe if we allow it. I'd like chocolate or something better. Jessica and I went out to, I think we were going out to miniature golf a few nights ago, and the miniature golf turned into grocery shopping, turned into a magical ice cream experience for Jessica, because we were open to the or something better. We followed the rhythm. We're going to go play miniature golf. We get in the car, we punch in the GPS. It says it'll close before we get there. All right, what are we going to do? Well, let's go to the local grocery store and we'll get some produce and stuff. Produce is closed before we get there. All right, what are we going to do? Don't fight that flow. Embrace it, bring it in, give thanks for it, follow it, and see where it carries you. Brilliant question. Melissa, I know dogs reincarnate. Oh, yes, they do. But do they come back to you? Great question. Let's read the rest of your question, then we'll dive into it. I feel like my fur baby is connected to me and guiding me toward a new puppy, down to the timing, naming, etc. Should I trust it's him? Melissa, yes, Poochies always reincarnate because they're on their own soul journey as well as we're on our soul journey. So they're going to come back over and over and over and over and over again. Next part of it, do they come back to you? Yes. Do they always come back to you? No. Can you ask them to come back to you? Yes. If you feel them coming back to you, are they? Absolutely. At least they're going to do everything in their power to get here. And the more you sync up with that, the easier it is for them to come back as well. Here's where it gets interesting. Melissa, do not overthink this. One of our kitty cats here is a direct reincarnate of our last kitty, Coa-kun. And when she came into our life, her name is the love bug. When she came into our lives, I'd been saying, getting another kitty? Are you crazy, Jessica? We've got 2 kitty cats. We're living with your parents. Do we really want another kitty cat at this time? Her heart, Melissa was saying, yes, 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 yes. And so I said, okay, I open to the possibility. I am open and watching for the wave. The wave had already hit Jessica. We end up, I don't know if it's a few days, a few weeks later, at a pet store. There's the love bug. We don't know that she's supposed to come home with us. Actually, first I start playing with the kitties in the pet store. They didn't sell cats. It was, they had rescues in there, and I'd start playing with the kitties each time that I came in. And then one time, one of the kitties I had played with was gone. And then another time, the love bug was there. And she was really cool, but I didn't make any moves toward getting her. There just was the stronger pull, the stronger pull, the stronger pull. And I'm going, oh, really? We need another kitty, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't trying to be a Debbie Downer. I was just like, are we sure about this? And then I heard a resounding yes. And we had to wait a weekend, and it was a miracle that that love bug didn't get given away on this weekend. And she was there Monday morning, and she was ours. And it turns out she's a reincarnate. You can tell from the habits, from the likes, all sorts of things. Point is, if it's meant to be, it will happen. Follow the pull on your heart, listen to it, and then take action. I would certainly recommend, though, if you can, Melissa, go into automatic writing, because you can actually communicate with your pets on the other side of the veil, and it does make things much, 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 much easier. My pet vole, Mole, who passed away about 2 years ago now, he is always with communication with me on the other side. My service dog, Sawa, who is by my side right now, always communicates with me as well, though she is not as vocal as Mole. She never was as vocal in this lifetime, and or in her incarnation, she's not as vocal on the other side. She just assures me, I am always by your side, and yes, 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 I am coming back to you. Our coyote Pumpkin, who is by our side for 17 years, we're told, no, not yet. Not yet am I coming back to you. And I'm hopeful that it is some point in this lifetime, but she's on her own soul path and her own journey, and she's out playing and exploring. And how does it get any better than this as well? Mrs. Brown's source. Are repeating numbers our angels? Absolutely. There are no coincidences. There are no random accidents or synchronicities. Those are by design to get our attention. You get a 111, that means something. A 222. First off, they have individual meaning, but more importantly, they're getting our attention. It was interesting. Earlier today, I had a decision to make. Did I want to go to this trail that was farther away, but it might feel like good new energy? Did I want to go to this trail that was closer? Wasn't sure about it, but I went there anyway. And only to learn, I never noticed this before. It's right at mile marker 44.4. Angels are saying, this is exactly where you're supposed to be, Michael. And so I give thanks. Thank you. And I may put out a question as well. Lisa Buckner. People say you have to love yourself first before others can. But if you lacked love prior to age 7, what are your thoughts on this, please? Yes and no, Lisa. This is a journey of self-love. This is a journey of learning how to love ourselves and cherish ourselves and take great care of ourselves. And if we didn't have love before 7, awesome. That helps us to learn how to even have more love for ourselves. I don't see that as a weakness. I don't see that as I have this pattern of not being able to love myself because I couldn't get love before age 7. No, I look at it as this is going to help you be a self-love superstar. So that's part of it. But with all self-help and all spirituality, we run a real risk of judging ourselves for being or doing or not being or not doing. So, and this was a discussion I had with Mitch coming out on Tuesday as well, Mitch Horowitz. If you're in a really depressed place, it's really hard to get into a woohoo. If you're in a real place, to quote my Coyote Pumpkin, it's really hard to get into a I love myself place. So just don't pick on yourself at those times and allow the sine curve to come around. Now, the sine curve will grow stronger and stronger. You'll get even to higher states of self-love and higher states of self-love and higher states of self-love with practice. Can also mean that you're on the backside of it going, whoa, I feel even farther from self-love. But you learn how to meter that journey over time. But do not judge yourself for it. When you go down in the trough, when you're not experiencing self-love, do all you can. Think of a loving baby. Think of holding a rooster in your arms. Think of holding a kitty cat or a pumpkin, a puppy in your arms. But just don't judge yourself and allow it to come around. Now, I would certainly, Lisa, I would pray to the angels at these times. Oh my God, would I go to the angels? Angels, you take this. I'm feeling really happy about myself. Angels, please take this. Angels, I don't know how to make it through this. You take this. Please help me. Please help me get to a place of love. Now, with that said, it is admittedly challenging, Lisa, to have a super healthy relationship when you lack love and are seeking it from somebody else. That's a different story. Then you become either a Hoover vacuum or you have this very dysfunctional relationship because you feel very unstable when you're loved by somebody else. Because if you're not producing it for yourself, if they're just giving it to you, it freaks the hell out of you. So we get to work on this. How does it get any better than this? Lisa, this is the ultimate gift you've been given. Play with it. All right, Gizmo Rain. How can we get over the fear that the ego brings to us when we want to surrender but worry that our highest good can be painful? Gizmo, why does our highest good need to be painful? what limit? Where did that belief come from? Because I see nothing written anywhere that our highest good has to be painful. You cannot convince me of this. This is a guy who's been hospitalized 36 times for 36 different injuries and blah, blah, blahs up to like 10 years ago. That was all bogus soul contracty stuff that I just had to work my way through. Gone. It doesn't have to be painful. Now, lessons come with discomfort, because when we're kicked back on the couch, we don't hear them. That's why I have the mantra: kind, gentle, easy, good. Gizmo Rain, I'm always asking, angels, guides, light workers, please bring me amazing gift for my highest good and the highest good of all, or something better, in the kindest, gentlest, easiest, best fashion possible. I am listening. So basically, I'm asking them to turn down the pain dial so I don't have to get hurt to listen. But what's meant for your highest good, that's joy, that's love, that's exhilaration, that's a state of awe. It's never for your highest good and the highest good of all that you are beaten down or that you're in a state of pain. Never. That is ego, herself, or his self, Gizmo Rain. So at those times where you're concerned that your highest good may hurt, ask the angels to show you another way, because it does not have to hurt. Little bumps for steering, sure, little boo-boos for steering, but what's coming to you are great gifts. That's focusing on that positive, powerful carrier wave. That's where I want you to stay, Gizmo Rain. 3 March. Why does the universe not give us exactly what we want? Why does it have to come differently? Well, 3 March, sometimes it can come in exactly what we want. Look at some of the gold medalists right now. They wanted gold medals. A bunch of them got gold medals. Exactly what they want. A bunch more of them got silver medals or no medals. Not exactly what they want, but exactly what they want. What do you mean by this? I mean, we were on the other side. We were each around our council of elders, and we said, I want to experience great joy with a gold medal this lifetime so that I can learn what this great joy feels like and how to expand. Or you might say, I want to experience disappointment this lifetime so I can learn how to overcome it, so I can learn how to get back to a state of bliss, so I can learn how to get back to a state of love, so I can crank up my self-love to a whole new level where I don't even need that gold medal. How does it get any better than this? So we each signed a soul contract coming here for our highest good and the highest good of all. If it's in our soul contract for our Tesla to fall out of the sky and appear on the lawn beside us. Okay, actually, yes, it is beside me. But if we signed up for that, then the Tesla might fall out of the sky. However, if we signed up to go through all of these trials and tribulations before we love ourselves enough for the Tesla to fall out of the sky, then you might have the beat up Honda Accord first. And I did when we last lived in Jersey. Her name was Silver. Oh my God, Silver had a dented door. Silver had a fungus growing through the floor mats, had water coming up from beneath her. Oh my God, was she the most amazing vehicle? Was she the freezer machine? Was she so incredibly awesome? How does it get any better than this? In other words, it's all part of your path. It's all part of your purpose. It's all on purpose, on path, on plan. All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. If everything is God, if everything is from the divine, there is nothing that's not spirit. You can't cherry pick the experiences and say, well, I got the gold medal. That's from God. But nope, I only got the silver medal. What the hell is wrong with you? That's not from God. No, it is all here. So we love it all up. If we got exactly what we want, we love it all up. If we got the exact opposite of what we want, we love it all up. Each of those puts us in the double helix dance with the universe, where things get easier, where we get into flow, and where the magic takes place. So brilliant, brilliant, brilliant question. Daniela, and these questions tonight are phenomenal. Keep the questions coming. I love this. Daniela, through my meditation, I always see a huge circle that is black in the middle and gold around it. What does this mean? Wow. That to me is a corona. That to me is a doorway to another universe. I thought doorway first, and I closed my eyes, Daniela, and I was transported back to Jessica and I being on kayaks, being on the largest lake in South Carolina. I don't know how many years ago, 3-4 years ago, for a massive solar eclipse. And we got to experience totality. We were where the sun is completely blocked out by the moon, and these rays of golden light appear all around us. And in that moment, we were looking through a portal to another dimension. The whole world went silent. All of the animals, all of the motorboats, all of the everything completely quiet. All the crickets completely quiet. And in that time, it went from total darkness to rays of light, a crown, a corona shooting out all around. And it was like you're peering past the veil to the other side. So, Daniela, I see you as able to peer through the veil to the other side. I want you to lean into that in your meditation. I want you to envision that before you go to sleep. And I want you to put your prayer requests out there. And I want you to listen in that state. In fact, I'd put pen to paper in that state if you see it in the morning. But this is your doorway to the other side. I would play with this, Daniela, with everything you've got. Si Montiela. Si Montila? Montiela. I'm not sure. Can you please tell me when my block will open up? I'm an empath and intuitive and rejected this for many years. I have leaned into it recently, as you're saying, and it's just unblocking. So I can't say how fast it's unblocking. I am checking as best as I can. I would keep playing with it this year, and my guess is next year is going to fully unblock. But I wouldn't actually worry, and I'm concerned, like, do I even say that? Because there's free will, which means things can go at their own pace. With that said, it's actually not important, see, when it unblocks. What is important is that you recognize the unblocking, you become aware of the process, and you allow into it. It will unblock. You are on this curve. It will unblock in its perfect divine time. Your best job right now is to get out of your own way, the head get out of the way, by loving yourself up. Recognize you are an empath. You are an intuitive. You do have amazing magical gifts. Love yourself up for it. Yeah, but I blocked them for all of these years. Love yourself up for that as well. Love yourself up for all of it. The gifts come out of love. The more that you get into the state of love, in a sense, the faster they come. But more importantly, you begin the healing journey. And if there was one thing I would focus on top of self-love, see, is do everything you can to heal during this time, to shed any of the garbage, because the more space you build here, the more space you build here, the more space you build in order to hear, see, touch, taste, feel in here. So congratulations, C. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Brandley Bungay, if I have that right. Michael, the yellow brick road analogy means coming in threes. What could that be? Yellow brick road analogy means coming in threes. When I was talking with Kim Russo, what we were talking about is the yellow brick road is following your creative path into your heart. And I would go back and I would re-listen to that. I got to challenge myself to go back and re-listen to that as well. But the yellow brick road is following your path to the divine. And it is your path, not told to you by an intuitive, not told to you by a guide, not even told to you by me. Because anybody that tells you these things is, in a sense, the wizard with all of his strings and stuff, pulling on this stuff. But really, following the yellow brick road is your own journey into spirit, your own journey into your creative path. That's what's most important. So there are a lot of teachers, and I'll certainly say, take our class. You're going to learn a ton from this. A lot of teachers that will say, take our class. I will tell you what your this is, what your that is, what your the other thing. What I'm saying is, I want you to empower you to find your yellow brick road, to find what is pulling on your heart that comes from the divine, and lean into that. Not from me, not from anyone else, but from the pull and tug on your heart. Deanna Clayton. I experienced a vortex in my dad's yard after he passed. It was somewhat scary. Does this happen often to others, and what does this mean? So, Deanna, I would put it out there, certainly in automatic writing, certainly in prayer, and ask what that is. It could be that there's something negative there. That's not the sense that I get. What I sense is it's a bit of a portal for your dad trying to come through to speak to you. And we don't know how to place that energy. And so it can feel like we're literally falling out of our bodies in that moment. So if it were me, I would do this. I would go to that place in your dad's yard, or go there in your mind's eye, and I would say a little protection prayer. I like one that we use in automatic writing called the intention prayer. And I would say, God, thank you for guiding me with your love and light. God, thank you for surrounding me, and picture enveloping you in a golden bubble of love and light. God, thank you for guiding me with your love and light. God, thank you for surrounding me with your love and light. God, thank you for protecting me with your love and light. God, thank you for imbuing me. I'm going to say this slower, don't worry. Imbuing me with your love and light. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Now, if you don't believe in God, go to an archangel, go to Buddha, Jesus, Allah, Jehovah, Muhammad, whomever and whatever is your highest level source, spirit, universe, love, whatever you want to call it, giant cheeseburger in the sky. But do this prayer, and I call it G-Spy. God, thank you for guiding me. God, thank you for surrounding me. God, thank you for protecting me. God, thank you for imbuing me. This means that if you go and you sit in your dad's yard, only good things can come in. And then I would go and I would sit in that spot in my dad's yard, and I would call in the angels. I would call in your guides. I would make it ceremony, and I would call in your dad. Oh, I would call in your dad and see what happens. I love it. Please keep us posted on this one, Deanna. Blossom 88. I remember the question for Michael. When I was meditating, I heard someone calling my name. I got up to check, but no one outside my door. And also heard a voice said, boo. Why? Okay. I'm a really positive guide, Blossom 88. It is quite common that someone calls our name in meditation, and it is us on the other side of the veil going, wake up, Blossom. Do I have your attention? Chop, chop. I need you to listen now. So it is quite possible that it's you on the other side of the veil. So at first I would ask, what was I thinking at that time? What was I planning at that time? What was on my mind at that time? Because these can be punctuation marks. And then spirit's funny, and you're funnier on the other side of the veil. I'm guessing you went boo to get your attention. If a spirit really wants to scare you, it's not going to say boo. If spirit wants to scare you, it's going to scare the crap out of you. But boo. Now, come on. That's Casper the Ghostland. That's your spirit trying to get your attention. That's you. When I say your spirit, you think that you are here. A tiny bit of you are here. You are everywhere. It just so happens that that wave has collapsed into a particle in the year 2021, Sunday, July 25th, or thereabouts, at 9:43 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But you're everywhere at all times. And so I see you, Blossom, coming through from the everywhere to say, boo, do I have your attention? Now let's play. I will double back on your next question if there is time, Blossom. I want to make sure I get at least one question in with everyone, which means, Lisa, let me double back to you as well, because I think I got one with you in earlier here, but I will do my best to double back around. NKK, what about when you constantly see your birth date? Love, 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 love. That's how I see the birth date. I see it as you are precious. You are loved. You are from the divine. And we challenge you to love yourself up as if you were a precious newborn in your arms. So NKK or Nikki, I see this as a sign and symbol from the universe, from your angels, to help get you in a greater state of self-love, kindness, and compassion for yourself. And I would also look at what are the coincidences, what are the synchronicities around it. There was something recently that took place on my birthday, and I was like, wow, that is phenomenal. I didn't know that. Now I'm not remembering what it is, but it will pop back up shortly. There's a coolness when you see these things that take place on your birthday. Giselle Gomez. Hi, Michael. I want to know what's the best way to reach my angels to ask them questions. Well, Giselle, it's not so much the best way to reach your angel to ask them questions, because you can do that right now. Angels, I have questions for you. Angels, can you guide me? Angels, I need to know this, that, or the other. We can ask our questions almost any way we want, Giselle, and I'm not making light of it. The question is, how do we hear their response? That's the bigger challenge. That's why I wrote the automatic writing experience and made a video-based program with live classes so that you can hear on a daily basis from the angels and learn how to cultivate or grow that. You can also do that at bedtime if you listen really, really carefully. You can do that out in nature. You can do that at the twilight hours of sunrise and sunset. You can do that by bringing more of a breath or pause into your day. So, Giselle, it's really about, how do I want to make space to hear from them, and or do I want to cultivate a practice? If you want a tool that can get you there, go to automatic writing. If not, then at the very minimum, see what I can do, meaning you, to build the space to give your angels the room to come through and speak to you, and listen for them. Mrs. Brown Source, what do I need to do to get rid of nervousness so I can automatically write? Well, Mrs. Brown Source, I wouldn't worry about getting rid of nervousness so you can do automatic writing. I would, if you've taken our course, I would do the Theta Brain Entrainment music. And either way, I would do it as early as I can. You can also do it as late, but I want you doing it in the quietest hours possible. I want you to do it the music cranked up the loudest. I want you to do it when the world is as dark as possible. And I want you to do it after at least 10 minutes of doing nothing. These key components can help tremendously. You can be as anxious as you want and do your automatic writing. These other key elements help tremendously. If you're still not getting automatic writing, crank up the music louder. Nobody can be focused on fear when they've got Theta Brain Entrainment music going. Many people in the past would literally write with a stone in their hand. This is called screeing. And they would focus on the stone. In fact, I can see my reflection in the stone. They would focus on the stone when they wrote. Why? Because if you focus on the stone, similar to if you write with the other hand, you can't be focused on your own internal quote problems. It helps get you out of yourself, which helps make it easier to write. Mrs. Brown Source, the second question is such a short one that I can dive in there, and I want to double back to everybody as much as I can here. Big flashes of light are clearly, they're angels, they're spirit, they're guides by your side. You can ask, particularly in automatic writing, who or what it is, but you could also just ask and go quiet. But when you get those, that's an angel. That's a spirit. Can I determine just by the color? No. I know our baby has been flitting around a lot. Our baby that has not come into physical form yet. I know she's been, which is really, really cool. I know that if you have a great idea and you get a poof, that's your angel's way of going, here it is, come on in, signaling you like for an airplane, bring it on in. So pay attention, give thanks when you see those flashes of light. Grandma Bear. I'm physically challenged with moderate to severe back pain 24/7. I find it challenging to connect. It's like stubbing your toe and trying to meditate. I get it, Grandma Bear. This is your greatest gift. This pain is going to help you to dive even deeper. So, Grandma Bear, as somebody who's in and out of pain centers for my back for 6.5 years after getting hit by the car that I mentioned at the very beginning of this show, I would, instead of trying to push away the pain, I would lean into it. Lean into the pain. Pain, you are my teacher. Pain, you are my gift. What can I learn from you? I would observe the pain. I would look at the pain. I would lean into the pain. I would cuddle up with the pain. I'm not kidding here. I would make your pain the very best friend in the world. And when you do, when you go, hi, pain, welcome, guess what? Pain no longer has her grip on you. That's where you want to play. With that said, Grandma Bear, let's dive into some emotion code techniques or body code techniques, and definitely some EFT tapping so that we can knock that pain down from an 8, 9, or 10 to a 2, 3, or 4. That will help you break pain's grip as well. And I'm looking at the time. I'm going to do as best as I can to get through a handful or less more of these questions. Then we get to dive into a meditation here, because I know our team here is probably going to get challenged by the time here shortly. And thank you, Allie, so much. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Jessica. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? All right. Christina Matson. What do all of the 5 and 7 different combinations I have dreamed of? Ooh. What I would do is I would write down these combinations. I would take it one, I want to say note, because this really is music. I want you to take it one note at a time, Christina, and feel into it. What does this first number feel to me? There's a huge intuitive side, an empathic side to you, Christina. We're going to start opening that up. This first number, what does that feel to me? Write down the first thing that comes. Second number, what does this feel to me? Write down the thing that comes. There is a code written in. This is basically a codex. There is a message written into each one of these combinations. And if you feel into the numbers, these messages are going to become clear. 3 March. Is it okay to do awe when I'm sad or angry? It is okay to do awe at automatic at any time. It is hard, particularly when we're angry. So what I would do first is I would do a ego dump exercise where I'd open up a blank sheet of paper and I would start writing down whatever I'm pissed off about. You can do this with sad as well. You can write down anything that you're sad about. You can do it as was asked earlier with anxiety as well. I would write down all the things I'm sad, worried, afraid, or pissed off about, and then shred them. Pull that page out, shred it or burn it. It's a dry summer. Shred it, don't burn it, and be done with it. And each time they come up, get lighter and lighter, and then you can dive into your awe. But ego and these emotions have something special and sacred to share. Emotions are not bad. They're carrier waves, they're signals unto themselves. So when emotion comes up, I'm getting angry all the time. Woohoo! Congratulations. You're on the path to powerful positive change. Something's come up for you to make a shift. That's awesome. Let's not try to take it out on ourselves or others because of that anger, but let's recognize it. Let's celebrate it. Let's dance around it. Then let's do something with it. Matt Hearn, I've been seeing 111 and 333. Is the spirits calling you? Hugely so, Matt. One to me is everything, always, completely, and totally about union with spirit. So when you're getting 1111, this is a call to recognize your divinity, to recognize your union with spirit, to recognize that you are a divine being, an energetic being having an energetic experience in human form. And 333 to me is really diving into your creative self. It's you, it's spirit in the co-creation, creating creating that third element, creating that something special. Susan Pena, or Pena, what can you do to heal a twin flame? Divine soulmate connection from lifetimes before, that one is awakened, one is not. That one is awakened, one is not, and it's been a roller coaster ride. I can cut the cord. Well, it depends. If we're talking about in a relationship itself, where you're both going at different paces or different directions, this is something to recognize that it's still been divinely orchestrated, to either see what you can do to lean into it or see what you can learn from it, such as in automatic writing, and then decide what to do. It may be, and I'm hopeful that you get to go on the same path for the rest of this lifetime. It may be that you do not get to for the rest of this lifetime, but it's only one lifetime out of the infinitude of lifetimes that you will spend together. Now, if you're saying that this is from lifetimes in the past, but you recognize this soul in this lifetime, but you cannot be with them, I think we all experience those people. We often date those people. Sometimes we marry those people, and then they go off on their own path. That's okay too. You'll come back to see them when the time is right. I guarantee you of that. So you can give thanks for them having been a part of your path. Give thanks to that you recognize who and what they are, and then let them go. And know that they will absolutely come back around. It's the cosmic joke. Some of them are family members, some of them are friends, some of them are dated, some of them are mortal enemies. They'll all come back on the other side, and you'll get to love them up then. So just really, when we're talking about the resonant frequency here tonight, what we're talking about is watching a movie without trying to get ahead, reading a book without tearing the page trying to get to the next one. Just allow it to unfold as it should. What brilliant questions here tonight. 3rd March, if I can, I'll get back to you. Brandy, meditation makes my ear itch so bad, I only knew why. Universe is speaking to you and saying, what are you not hearing? A. And B, you've got so much energy flowing inside of you. A lot of people get ears burning. A lot of people get hands burning. Sometimes people get ears itching, or they'll get their skin creepy crawly. So ears itching is, what are you not listening? Or universe trying to get your attention so that you do listen. And I would give thanks because there's so much energy coming to you. This is awesome. This is a channel opening up. Henna, why do we see angel numbers? Again, angel numbers. So I've been saying a lot lately. Angels come to us. Angels give us messages in 3 key ways. It's actually at least 4 key ways, probably an infinitude of ways. But they tend to be the 3 S's: signs, symbols, synchronicities. So you can call, depending on how you want it, a sign or a symbol, numbers coming to us. It is angels getting our attention, A. B, asking us to put out a prayer. Now, the other way that they come to us is divine messengers. And divine messenger can be you getting a flat tire and somebody magically appearing with a tire jack. That is a divine messenger. They can come in all sorts of different forms. Look for them, give thanks for them, know they're coming from the angels. Eva Para Bornstein. Dearest Michael, I lost my brother in December. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I lost my brother in December. It's been so hard. I miss him so much. I've seen birds close to me. I've seen I've seen a bunch of feathers lately. What do they mean? I saw a feather floating on water. Feathers to me are angels by our sides. It certainly could a message coming through from your brother, because uh, loved ones love to come through with birds. So you can ask for clarity with that, and you can rest assured that those feathers coming to you are coming from the divine. I used to have the largest feather collection because I would just see feathers everywhere. And now I have Rue in my life, so I have feathers everywhere. But know that's your angels getting in touch with you. And my guess is, Eva, that it is your brother getting in touch with you as well. Fiona, and then we're probably going to get to go into a meditation here after these next two questions. Fiona, I get a lot of wavy line spots and bright distortions in my eyes. The doc says it's optical migraine. I don't know. What else could it be? So, Fiona, if there is pain associated with it, then sure, it could be what we're going to label as a migraine until we learn both how to lean into it and what other things we can do to get things back in balance if they're out of balance. If not, I'm going to call it pyrotechnics. I'm going to call it universe trying to speak to us. I'm going to call it light language. I'm going to call it coolness. And that doesn't mean that you don't look at all options for where this is coming from, but I would actually lean into this and see what I can learn from it. Because as the expression goes, objects in the mirror are not as they appear to be. There are so many. What we see is a combination of what light hits our optic nerve combined with what light we choose to perceive. In other words, there could be fireflies dancing all to this side, all to that side, but I'm focusing on you here. I'm not choosing to see that right now, and so it doesn't exist. Combined with the codex of our ancestors. What does this mean? It means if we grew up in a world where we knew there are imaginary friends, where we knew there are angels, where we knew there are spirits by our side, then we would see these all day long. They're here. They're real. Just as real as me looking in the kitchen and seeing a rooster. He's real. We would see them. But we're standing on the backs of on the shoulders of our ancestors. If our most recent ancestors did not believe in such a thing, we don't see it. So when you start to see wavy lines, symbols, circles, all sorts of things of this sort, they're real and they have messages to it, but we don't have elders and ancestors to help us interpret it and to blow it out. So what would I do? I grab my Crayola and I would start drawing out everything that I see and make it a sacred experience. They didn't come on accident. They're here for a reason. And chances are they will help you blow open your perception as well. Lisette Terrell's, and then we are probably going to call this good and do both a meditation after this, and then we are going to give you a little bit of Rue goodness. I will take one scan through. I know there were a bunch of people who asked second or third questions. I want to make sure if there's anything that feels really important that I get to tonight, that I get to that. If not, we're going to dive into our meditation. Lisette Terrell's. Is there any way I can reconnect with the universe? Lisette or Lisette, you are fully connected to the universe. We have this mistaken belief that we can be disconnected. It's just not possible. We are energetic waves. We appear to be particles, but we're waves. We are one with the universe. We couldn't be disconnected even if we try. Ego can have us convinced that we're disconnected, but we couldn't be. Just not possible, which means we can reach out in any moment. But what it takes is stop. I know it probably looked like I froze up. Stop, drop, and listen. Give the universe an opportunity to speak. I would make it my intention. Intentionality is huge. Angels, guide, universe. I wish to reconnect at a deeper level. I wish to hear you better. I wish to live a life that is more connected to you, where I am living a spirit guided life rather than an egoic, fear based guided life. And I would choose that, Lisette, each moment that I can. But don't worry, you couldn't be disconnected if you wanted to. That would be like saying, like having a rose on a rose bush that goes, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely. Well, you may think you're lonely because all of those other roses are distant to you, but you're part of the bush. You couldn't be separate no matter how you tried. All right, let me take one really quick scan through here. Um, All right. Let me see if I can speed answer these. What about numbers which were taboo in our cultural superstition? When they pop up, we just ignore them or ask our angels. All right, Blossom, let's say 666 comes up. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? That's an angel number just as well. That is a number of spirit. That is a number of love. That is a number of life. Do not ignore it. Do not push it away. Love up that number when it comes. Wow, my stone just jumped to me. No matter what, call in these numbers. They have powerful positive meaning to you. They are keys that unlock the doorway to spirit. All right. Lisa Buckner, if possible, how do you channel your deceased relatives, especially if it's been 36 years? I would go to automatic writing. That is, I mean, we have a whole chapter on that in automatic writing. What a cool tool for being able to call in a specific loved one. My grandmother, Mildred Kramer, who passed away now, maybe 15 years ago, might be longer than that. She's been coming through loud and clear. I get to channel her more. It took a while to heal the relationship, and now she comes in loud and clear when I invite her in to help me grow the business, grow my channel, be there as my strongest, biggest, baddest champion. And I go and meet with her through automatic writing. So that would be the most structured way. I'd recommend Lisa for diving into that. What are your thoughts on using HemiSync when doing awe? Does it work best? Theta brain entrainment music. HemiSync, I think a lot of it is in the frequency, is in theta brain entrainment. HemiSync is binaural brain entrainment music, and a lot of it is theta, which is one of the main brainwave patterns. So certainly you can use that if it is labeled as theta music. You can find theta music certainly throughout YouTube. And if you get our automatic writing program, and hopefully Ali can put a link down below there for our automatic writing program, you can scroll to the bottom of the bonus section, and we've got all sorts of theta brain entrainment music. And then, of course, the live classes that teach you how to use all of this goodness. I guess we're good. I think we're good. All right. So with that said, I want to dive into a really special meditation here tonight. I want to dive into a meditation of feeling the flow of the universe. And so we're going to do a special feel the flow of the universe meditation. And then I'm going to bring out Ruru because why not? You guys have waited long enough. Is he tree posing? He's watching me. A 2.5 foot tall bird is watching me. He's such a good boy. You're such a good boy. He works at Images. So if he can see me petting him right now and saying, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. He can feel that. Ah. All right. So I want you to sit up good and tall, but relaxed. This is going to be the meditation. In fact, let's do that together. Breathe in. Imagine that there's a giant circle of 1,000 of your closest friends here together right now, all breathing in together. No, these are all the people coming to the Manifestation Mastery class. Couple more times. Can you feel this goodness? Can you feel that vibration as you do this? One more time. Everything has a vibration. Everything has a tone. I want you to breathe in and out. In, feel the energy come up inside of you, and out. Feel the energy go down. In, feel the energy come up. You can bring an arm up to the sky, and out. Feel the energy go down. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. As you continue to breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that you're the most amazing fish. You're a colorful fish. You're a sunfish. You're a puffer fish. You're a Nemo. You're whatever fish lights you up. And you're swimming in the most beautiful turquoise tropical waters. You feel light. You feel joyous. You can zip to the right. You can zip to the left. You feel like you are flying through this most amazing turquoise life and liquid. And it feels so fun. It feels so easy. It feels so incredibly carefree. Zipping in, out, through the coral reef, through little tunnels, over little forests. How does it get any better than this? Well, off in the distance, you spot the most incredible dance. A school of fish, so colorful, so beautiful. Not dozens of fish, not hundreds of fish, but thousands of the most amazing fish you've ever seen that come together and do the most incredible dance. You see them dance to the right. You see them dance to the left. They spin up. They double back around. They create a funnel. It's a giant cloud. And you see this. It is individuals, thousands and thousands of individuals that all combine for one special sacred dance. Well, this dance is the wave collapsing into particle. This dance is the energy of the universe. This dance is what we call the universe breathing us and breathing through us. And this dance can be yours as well. So I want you to sit back and watch this most amazing dance, and then close your inner eyes and start to feel which way they go. Is it left? Is it right? Is it up? Down? Take a minute and follow them with your mind's eye within your mind's eye. Can you feel the cosmic dance? Can you feel their energy coming into your heart, coursing through your veins? They appear like fish now, but they're pure, beautiful, precious spirit. Angels in disguise, teaching and training you how to connect to the energy of spirit. You start to see them circle now, a little bit faster, a little faster still, as they spiral upwards and upwards and upwards still, until you see this giant funnel of fish up above you, heading up to the sun above the water, connecting heaven and earth, the coral reef below to the twinkling sky up above the water. And you can feel this energy pulling you up and up and up. And you feel lighter. You feel better. You feel joyous. You feel buoyant. You feel exuberant. You feel free. You feel alive. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? This is the energy of the universe. This is the energy of angels. This is the energy of your guides. This is the energy that's always spiraling upwards, all just asking you to connect to the train, to get in sync, to create this double helix with the energy of the angel and the universe, to carry you upwards, higher, higher, and higher still than you've ever been before. And so my challenge for you is to play with this energy, feel this energy, swim with this energy each and every evening before you sleep. And if you can, each and every morning when you wake. And you won't find yourself swimming with the fishes through the day. You will find yourself getting in synchrony with your angels, whom are always around you, getting in synchrony with your higher self, getting in synchrony with the frequency, vibration, and music of the universe that is always singing for you and is always singing for your highest good and the highest good of all, or something better. So feel free to swim with the fishes as long as you like. And then when you're ready to come back, and while you're doing that, I'm going to see if we can get a brief cameo here from Ruru. So hang on one moment. Oh, Ruru, would you like to make a brief appearance with your fans? You're such a good boy. You are such a good boy. You are such a good boy. All right, here we are, and I'm told it is way past his bedtime. So we are going to keep this pretty short. But wanted you to be sure to be able to see Rue for a minute. Rue, do you have anything that you want to say to people here tonight? Do you? Got the microphone right there for you. Yeah? Yeah? Anything else? You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Oh, you're hungry. You're hungry. All right, then. So I'm just going to pet you on camera for about 1 minute, if that works for you, and then let's get you some food. Because everybody right now is syncing up to your beautiful energy. They are. Mwah. They are, good boy. They are. Oh, you're such a good boy. 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 You are such a good boy. Oh, yeah. He loves pressing his comb up against my chin, but I don't know who likes it more. Him pressing his comb up against my chin, or me having my chin up against his comb. Oh, you are so good. You are so good. You are so good. We learned recently that he actually likes, oh no, you're kind of twitchy now, likes his beak being pat. I know. That's true. You do. All right, shall we call? Oh, you're melting. You're melting. You're melting. You're melting. Oh, you're melting into my arms. Melting into my arms. Oh, you are. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good. Oh, thank you for being you, Rue. Thank you for taking care of the mommy tonight. Thank you for holding space. Thank you for sharing your precious beingness with everybody here tonight. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? All right, everybody. I'm going to give Rue a little bit of food, get him to sleep. Hope to see you with Mitch on Tuesday night. Come join us for the Manifestation Masterclass on Wednesday. Oh my God, is it going to be special? This week, Manifest Your Destiny. More on Wayne Dyer and all sorts of good things having to do with carrier waves. And then next week, oh my God, diving into their Hermeticism and wisdom, ancient secret wisdom of the Egyptians and of the Greeks. What a special time it's going to be. All right. Mwah. Let's get you inside here. Love you guys so much. Have a beautiful evening ahead. Keep on shining bright. I'm coming, Rue. We're going to go get you some food. I'm coming. There we go. Love you guys.